I'm Thomas, and this is the tiniest, most feature-rich little sump I have ever held, very easily I might add, in my hand, singular, because, I mean, it is so tiny. Some designs range from pretty basic to complex, from a simple box to a feature-packed labyrinth, from DIY to OMG. Okay, now I'm just getting ridiculous, but one thing I can say is, when it comes to nano-sized sumps, our options as reefers tend to be pretty limited. Tiny sumps usually get whittled down to the basics, some form of water entry system, a baffle or two, and that's about it. So when I come across something like this, I tend to get pretty excited. Fiji Cube's gone above and beyond with their Fiji 12 Advanced Reef Sump, a super compact cube design with all the bells and whistles. From having your choice of mechanical filtration to the locking probe rack, this little sump is calling out loud to all of us gear junkie nano reefers. It is very well thought out, even down to maintenance, so let's dig into it. The Fiji 12 is just 12.5 inches by 14 inches by 12 inches tall, rated for aquariums between 10 and 40 gallons. It offers 3 sections, including a quiet water entry system with mechanical filtration, a 12-inch by 7.5-inch skimmer section, and a 6-inch by 7-inch return section. While this model doesn't have a dedicated refugium, there are 4 larger models that are currently available that do. Plus, I mean, there's nothing really stopping you from using the skimmer section for a ball of Kato instead. The flow path is very straightforward. Water enters the sump through a quiet water entry system that includes 2 drains, a primary drain, and a single emergency drain, which makes it perfect for Herbie-style overflow systems. And from there, it enters a mechanical filtration chamber that holds either a single 4-inch filter sock, or by swapping out the sock holder for the media basket, it can hold media like filter floss. From there, it will travel into the skimmer section and through it until it meets an adjustable baffle that it will then pass over into the return section, where the pump will send the water up through a bulkhead and back to the aquarium. You probably noticed quite a few cool features that this sump has to offer during that little run through, and I'd really like to break those down for you because they are really what makes this little sump so impressive. First off, the ability to choose between a filter sock or a media tray for something like filter floss is fantastic. I also really appreciate the small viewing window that they've marked with a line to indicate when your filter media is actually bogged up and needs to be cleaned or replaced. The locking probe holder is very well executed and holds up to 4 standard or 2 standard and 2 oversized probes, and right across from it, there is a dosing tube holder for up to 7 tubes. There's also an adjustable baffle that allows you to adjust the skimmer section's water depth between roughly 6 and 10 inches with graduated markings on the inside so you don't have to get your ruler wet. The return section has a bulkhead for the return pump, which we don't usually see on sumps this small. The sump also has clear polycarbonate lids to help retain humidity and keep dust and debris out, and the larger one sitting over the skimmer section has a cutout to allow for the skimmer to pass through it, and the cutout that acts as a handle for it is conveniently placed right above the probe rack so that the wires are able to pass through. There are also notches in the trim to allow for the power cords to pass through underneath the lids. It is all very well thought out and comes together quite nicely. They've also done a great job of taking the maintenance that you're eventually going to have to perform into account and made the bulkhead plate over the water entry system removable so that you can access it easily from the top should you need to clean it. The same goes for the media tray as well as the sock holder. There is no part of this sump that's going to take a contortionist to reach for cleaning, and I definitely appreciate that as well. There are some considerations when you are dealing with a sump that is this compact. For example, there is somewhat limited space to get your return pump in and out of the sump, meaning sticking to a smaller return pump is definitely going to be a priority, and whatever skimmer you choose, you'll want to make sure that it will line up nicely with the cutout in the lid, which shouldn't be too hard given the generous size of the opening that they provide in the lid. I did try a few different pump and skimmer configurations with the skimmers and pumps that I have on hand here, and I did find that it was pretty adaptable even though it's so dang tiny. Ultimately, when you're nano reefing, even with a sump, all of the gear you're going to be using is likely to be equally as small, so using your favorite gear with this sump should be no trouble at all. And if you're just as glad as I am to see that there is an option for us gear junkie nano reefers that matches our reefing mantra, you can pick one of these Fiji 12 sumps up for yourself by clicking right here.